From the Riverside YMCA, the All Sports High School 912 Media Day. We are glad to be here again. The rivalry on the river next month at the Bowles School. Bowles head coach of lacrosse, Tom West, here with us on 1010XL. Coach, how we doing?
Excellent. Great day.
Coach, it is a great announcement for you guys. Bowles is hosting the rivalry on the river. It was a great success last year. It's going to be March 24th through 26th, and it's really going to highlight lacrosse, both boys and girls, in the Northeast Florida area.
Yeah, it's great. So last year I was coaching a different team. So I was coaching the Ponte Vedra team. I was there for 14 years, and we had a great game. It was awesome. It was down to the wire, and it was the nightcap on Saturday night. So this year I'm at Bowles. One of my good friends is coaching the Ponte Vedra team, and we'll play right before them as one of the two TV games. We're playing the McClay School. It was a rematch of the area championship last year, so it'll be fun.
What can people expect with rivalry on the river?
Well, if you love lacrosse, or even if you like sports in general for North Florida, it's a great place to come where you can see all of the teams from the area competing and how much lacrosse has grown in the area. And a lot of these kids are going to be playing in college one day. That wasn't the case 10 years ago, where it was maybe one or two from a team. If you look on the TV now, you have, Dylan Hess, Carter Parlett, all these guys that are playing in college that grew up around here. So it's a good way to see where these kids are going to be down the road there. And then it's just going to be great athletics. It's just fun to watch. It's super competitive. And you can go to one place for 2 or 3 days and just see all the talent from the area compete.
Andrew Gibson alongside Hayden Perry from the Episcopal School of Jacksonville. Hayden, you guys had your first game last night. How'd it go?
Sir, it went well. We won 3-1. Our number one, Ian Moore, pitched. He went 3 innings, had 5 Ks. Did really well.
You're on your way to Samford. Tell me about your college future.
I'm really looking forward to Samford, that great coaching staff. Looking forward to it.
When you look at what you got going on here in Jacksonville, your brother is at JU right now. Tell me about your brother over with the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's really liking JU. Hopefully he can get some innings this year.
All right, Hayden Perry on his way to Samford, and he's also with the Episcopal School of Jacksonville, his senior year coming up. Hayden, thanks for your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We are here for the All Sports Media Day here at YMCA in Riverside. Andrew Gibson alongside First Coast catcher Hunter Carnes joining us here tonight. Hunter, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hunter, you guys have a game coming up, your first regular season game. Tell us about it.
Looking to start off the season with a win.
Tell me about you guys this year. What are you expecting out of this team?
We're expecting to do great things like we did last year. Hopefully make it to the playoffs this year.
You're going to Florida State. You're a catcher. You're a sophomore at First Coast. Tell me about Florida State. How did that come about? They've been looking at you, I'm assuming, for a while now.
Yeah, they've been looking at me for a couple years. I really enjoyed talking to Coach Metcalf and everybody there. And then I went to a camp. Really enjoyed the facilities and everything, and they're a big catcher school, so that's why I went there.
And we're here with the head coach of the Oakleaf Knights, Matt Carter, joins us. Coach, how are you?
Doing well, man. This is a nice event to have the kids out here and get some exposure. I'm excited to be here.
Coach, this is your first year as the head coach at Oakleaf. You're coming over from Baldwin after 2 years there with the program. What's the transition been like for you?
The transition is, much bigger school, much more talent to pull from. So just operating at a bigger level has been kind of the transition. But the baseball is the same, everywhere you go.
Highlight a few of your guys this year, maybe some guys that you expect maybe big things out of this year.
Yeah, we have a few seniors that are going off to college that are produced pretty well. Our shortstop, Patty Smith, makes the routine play, really headsy player. Landon Wooten's one of our starting pitchers. 6'5", righty, throws the ball pretty well. Leo Diaz is our catcher, switch hitter going to Edward Waters. He's a pretty good ball player. And then something that surprised me is Devin Outlaw. So if you follow football in the area, he's a highly touted football player, and he's actually really good at baseball. So he's going to have a big season for us.
The running back, if I remember.
He is, but he's built like a tank. He's good.
Final thing, Matt, really appreciate a few minutes of your time. In your first season, what's the message to this team this year as you guys continue and you play tonight, your first game against Ponte Vedra? What's your message to these guys?
Our message all year has been, not just playing for yourself. You're playing for the guy next to you. And if we're doing that, we'll get the benefit of that if we just play for everybody else.
Matt Carter, the first-year head coach at Oakleaf, coming over from Baldwin. I appreciate a few minutes of your time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're joined by Nick Fleming, a senior lacrosse player at Nice. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Been a good day out here getting interviewed.
What's this experience like being at a media day like this?
Well, this is my first time, so it's really interesting to be like going around and talking to different people, just talking about our team and kind of thinking about the future for us as well.
What got you into lacrosse? Because when I grew up, I didn't have lacrosse to play. What got you into lacrosse?
Well, I lived in Maryland originally, and I moved down here freshman year, but in Maryland, lacrosse is a lot bigger, especially even than down here. So I think just like the atmosphere, and also my older brothers, they both played, so I think that's what got me into it.
So you've had one game this year. How did that go so far? And then tell me about your next game.
So far we played Lake Mary, and they're a very talented team. We lost 14-8, but I think that with some improvements, because it was our first game, we can come back and beat that team later in the season. And then our next game coming up tomorrow is against Bowles. And so it's going to be a good game. They got a new coaching staff. One of our coaches actually from last year is their new coach. So hopefully we can pull up and show them what it's like.
We are here for the All Sports Media Day here at Riverside YMCA. Andrew Gibson with Divine Valle from Fleming Island, the Golden Eagles program. Divine, how you doing today? Thanks for joining us.
Feeling real good.
Divine is a pitcher at Fleming Island. You guys had a terrific year last year. Tell me about this upcoming season.
Well, I'm feeling real good about the team. We got some real good camaraderie going. We got some ballers on the team, and, me and Isaac are definitely going to try to take us all the way this year.
You're a senior right-handed pitcher at Fleming Island on your way to JU, as the hat tells us. We'll get to JU in just a few moments, but starting pitcher, relief pitcher, are you coming out of the bullpen? Where do you sit right now on this team?
So I'm starting this year, but I will also be coming out the pen a lot because of evidently last year whenever I came out the pen and, had some success in that role. So I will be coming out the pen a lot as well.
Are you anticipating starter, relief pitcher role, or wherever you can get on the field at JU?
Wherever they put me, really. I'll take anything at this point. Opportunity is all it means. And, Coach Hayes, wherever he needs to put me, I'll be here.
All right, final question. You're from New York. Yankees or Mets?
Mets all the way.
All right. Yeah, I'm surprised by that because a lot of people say Yankees. Why Mets?
My dad was a Mets fan. My whole family has been Mets fans. We're from Brooklyn, but, usually Yankees fans from there. But I'm just Mets fans all the way.
Alan Verlander here with us, a guy that puts this event on, but actually a few of these events per year. Alan, I got to tell you, High School 912 really becoming a fixture in the area with the things you guys have going on.
Yeah, this was a vision that we created a while ago. As you know, I played high school sports here and wanted to create a vibe, not only for just football, but for all different sports. And so we've created these media days. It's great for these kids to get a camera in their face to be interviewed, not only from a sports perspective, but from a life skills. You and I got to do job interviews. We got to do all kinds of interviews all the time. And a lot of these kids, this is their first time. And so our goal is to build more and more events like this. And certainly we couldn't do it without partners like 1010XL and TV4 and all that, because y'all are the ones who make this even bigger.
Well, what I love that you guys do, it's not only Duval County, it's St. Johns County, Clay County, Nassau County. In fact, you got a team from Tallahassee coming over for the rivalry on the river. It really is expanding all over the area.
Well, that's kind of the gist right now is, do we want to make these tournaments like a national tournament? I'm all about Jacksonville. I want to showcase our great athletes in Jacksonville. You can certainly go bring in teams from all over the country. That's great. But you're not showcasing our local talent. And so we're all local, you're local, and it makes it more fun to see local kids competing on TV, on radio, in front of big crowds. That, to me, is what High School 912 is all about, because we are Jacksonville.
Alan Verlander here with us from High School 912. Let's talk about Rivalry on the River. March 24th, 25th, 26th at the Bowles School. Was a huge success last year. I imagine you learned a lot last year, and I imagine this year might be even better.
Yeah, we did. Lacrosse is a newer sport in Jacksonville. I remember in 2008 we started at JU when I was there. So I've maybe a little ahead of the curve as far as understanding the sport. But yeah, it was a huge success. Episcopal was a great host last year. Bowles is going to be a great host this year. We've got 5 games on Saturday and then 2 on Thursday night, 2 on Friday night, showcasing all the great rivalries. So these tournaments that we do, maybe not as much rivalry games as just great games. These all are the big rivalry games in our city when it comes to lacrosse. So we're putting them on TV, we're putting them on radio. We've got great sponsors that make this stuff possible. And so it's going to be kind of the mecca of lacrosse that weekend.
Fleming Island pitcher Isaac Williams on his way to Jacksonville University, but he's got a senior year in front of him. Isaac, you're on the mound tonight against Paxson. Tell us about the game tonight.
I'm real excited for it, ready to start the season, hopefully start off with a W, get back in that win column and get back to normal.
You are on your way to play at Jacksonville University with head coach Chris Hayes. What is that opportunity like for you? Tell us about it.
Man, I love it. My dream's always been to play Division I baseball, and I was blessed to have the opportunity. Really love the coaching staff there, connected with them since day one, built strong relationships with all of them. Took a visit there before I committed and fell in love with the place, felt like home.
Yeah, Fleming Island to JU. What is the opportunity like for you to be able to stay in your home area?
It's awesome, man. Only being 40 minutes away from home, come back, see all my family, everything. Be close to my girlfriend still, you know. It's nice to be in the same town.
What has the JU staff told you about the next level? Do they anticipate you'll be a starting pitcher, relief pitcher, just wherever you can get on the field?
Last we talked about it, the plan was for me to be a starting pitcher once I get there.
That's awesome. Well, you're starting tonight against Paxson. Your senior year is now. Isaac Williams, thanks so much for your time.
Awesome. Thank you.
The head coach of the Fletcher Senators baseball team, Mike Grillo, joins us. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Well, I know that last night was a great win for you guys against the very highly touted Bartram Trail team. You guys got a big win last night, 4-2.
We did. We had great pitching. Defense did its job. Offense did enough. And like you said, Bartram's a great team, really well coached. They played their butts off, and it was just a great night of baseball.
Last night, you talk about playing your butts off. Malachi Witherspoon, for you, the pitcher, 12 strikeouts in the game last night. Tell me about that performance.
He was unbelievable. It's a prelude to what's to come. He's only going to get better, but he's worked his tail off. He's done everything we've asked him to do. He's done extra, and he deserved to go out and have the game he did and get the recognition. And then his brother came in and shut the door and had 7 Ks of his own. So it was a great night all around, and we're super proud of those guys.
You're 1-0 so far. You got Bowles coming up on Thursday. That's going to be a big challenge, but last night was a big challenge. You guys got to win.
We did. Bowles is obviously perennially one of the best teams in the state, and we've always played them, and we love playing them, and they're well coached, and we're looking for them to bring their best game, and we're going to bring our best game. And, if we want to make a run in the playoffs and accomplish all the goals we have ahead of us, we got to be able to beat teams like that, because 6A baseball is loaded. You got great teams down south. You got great teams in Tampa, great teams in Orlando. Panhandle is loaded. So it's just good to play all those games as much as you can.
I know that you guys have high expectations for yourself this year, but does a win like last night against a team like Bartram Trail, does that give you some more juice going forward?
I think we celebrated it last night, and I think today is back to work. It's back to the grind. If we let that carry over all year and that's the highlight of our season, we didn't accomplish what we want to accomplish. But we absolutely celebrated it. We should have. We earned it. That's a great team, and they're going to have a phenomenal year. Really well coached, a ton of talent. I'm excited to see what they can do. And we definitely celebrated last night. But today's a work day, and that's what we told them. And I think we're going to have a great practice. I think they're bought into that.
Love that approach. Mike, what year is this now for you as the head coach at Fletcher?
This is the 6th year. Obviously, we had the COVID year. Unfortunately, took away another one of our great teams. One of those guys on that team is leading his team in hitting right now in Cherokee out in the Panhandle. So 5th full year, 6th year, but yeah.
Cherokee Nichols, you spoke of, the former catcher at Fletcher, hit a home run on opening day, I heard.
He did. Went deep opening day, and then he, his approach was there, and he wasn't having any luck. He was finding barrels, and then he went out and put up 7 hits in this past week's series at St. John's River, kind of a little bit of a homecoming for him. He had 3 hits, 2 hits, and 2 hits in 3 games, and he's leading the team in average now. He's in the middle of the lineup, helping that team win games. And talk about pitching. That team's got some pitching. They got guys that are 95 to 96, 98 to 99. And if you mix a guy like Cherokee banging in the middle, they should do some damage as well.
Love to see some former guys on your team that go on to have success like Cherokee and so many others. You got 15 seniors this year. You just beat Bartram Trail. You're off to a good start. Bowls coming up on Thursday. All the best going forward. I know you guys will have a special year. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Mike Grillo, the head coach of the Fletcher Senators baseball team, joining us here on the High School 912 All Sports Media Day at Riverside YMCA.